We hear a lot today about electronic health records, but what are they and why do they matter? Let's talk about clinical data. It used to be that when you walked into a doctor's office, the walls were lined with file cabinets, each one holding folders filled with patients' medical histories. Now, you're more likely to see those same walls decorated with art. That's because most hospitals and doctors' offices have switched to digital medical records. Doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and lab technicians use computers or tablets to record patient data in what's called an EHR, electronic health record, or EMR, electronic medical record. This shift from paper to digital has created new opportunities to collect better data, improve healthcare, and easily share information with other doctors or insurance providers. But to make this work, it required rethinking how patient data is organized. When records were on paper, each doctor could set up the record in a way that worked best for them. But when data is being entered into a digital system, we need a consistent format for entering and storing the information. A typical electronic medical record includes sections for billing, patient demographics, vital signs, medical histories and surgical data, diagnoses, medications, immunization dates, allergies, radiology images, and lab results. Before digital records, sharing patient information with other doctors or patients meant making photocopies and sending them by mail or fax. And to submit insurance claims, someone had to manually gather information from the file. With electronic records, these processes can be automated, but only if the data is entered and formatted consistently across all hospitals and doctors' offices. The technical term for this is interoperability, a common language that different computer systems can speak and understand. However, not all EHR or EMR systems are currently designed to share data seamlessly, and these systems are still being built. While some hospitals can access your medical information from other medical providers, others may lack the capability to do so. Some healthcare systems may choose not to enable this connection. In healthcare, there are many pieces of information, like disease names, medications, and lab tests that could be named or coded in different ways. To solve this, experts came together to develop a standard way of referring to these terms and create numeric codes for them. For example, the International Classification of Diseases, version 10, or ICD-10, is the system that standardizes the naming of diseases. Each code starts with a letter, indicating a disease category or body system. Then, after the letter, a number identifies a specific disease. For example, diseases of the nervous system begin with a G, and the code G12 represents spinal muscular atrophy. Then, after the letter and number, more details about the type of disease can be given using a decimal. So, G12.0 refers to infantile spinal muscular atrophy. ICD codes also help doctors and researchers find patients with a specific disease who can be included in research or other efforts to improve care. Unfortunately, right now only 7% of rare diseases have their own unique ICD-10 code. However, there are options for diseases without a unique code. There are ICD codes for symptoms, such as seizures, scoliosis, and developmental delay. Sometimes these codes can be combined to find individuals who are likely to have the same disease. Because of efforts by clinicians and patient advocacy groups, ICD version 11 will include codes for many more rare diseases. Other coding systems like RxNorm for medications and the Logical Observation Identifier Names and Codes, or LOINC, for lab tests help standardize drug and test information. These coding systems are also being mapped to a broader system called Systematized Nomenclature of Medicine Clinical Terms, or SNOMED, for even more consistency. Beyond standardizing names and codes, new standards were needed to format, store, and share the data files. In the US, the current standard is called the Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resource, or FHIR. Having larger and more comprehensive healthcare data allows for better and additional use of machine learning and artificial intelligence, or AI. These technologies can help diagnose conditions, pull important information from the doctor's notes, and learn from lab tests and imaging. This is especially helpful for rare diseases, where there are small populations of patients for each rare disease who are spread across the US and the world, so data is limited. One of the biggest benefits of electronic health records is that they make it easier to share data in a secure and private way. The HIPAA Privacy Rule, part of the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, sets rules for keeping your data safe. It specifies who, how, and when data can be shared, and the cost to organizations who do not follow the rule. Some data, like mental health records, are considered extra sensitive and have stricter sharing rules. Parents and guardians should ask at the hospital or doctor's office about paperwork needed to access their child's health records. In some cases, starting in the child's teenage years, the rules for parental access may change. The HIPAA Privacy Rule also gives you the right to access your own medical records. That's why you receive a Notice of Privacy Practices whenever you go to the doctor, so you know how your data can be used and shared. To learn more about your rights and how to get access to your data, visit the healthit.gov website.